what strategies do you plan on using to get through this recession and then coming out even stronger and better on the other side?
Yeah, so one of the number one things we're pivoting to right now is inbound marketing, like you said. So we're going to get some more PPC. We're going to jump on that. We're going to start doing a little bit of SEO, and so that our leads are much more qualified. They're reaching out to us, telling us that they are interested in selling in the first place.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, one of the ways we try to categorize things into buckets. So if we can buy the property and it makes sense for a wholesale, then if that's a good scenario. If it doesn't, then we see if it makes sense for us to purchase, or because we really don't do any flips. If I'm going to flip it, I feel like I should keep it, especially in our market. And so we're going to keep it. And if we look at it from a keep standpoint, from a buy and hold, we look at it from two categories there. So it splits out to either a rental or it splits out to a contract for deed. And so we would sell or finance it for somebody else.
Are you doing? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, are you doing a lot of creative stuff right now?
Yeah. And then that's our third bucket is the creative finance. And so even the creative side on us buying, like I have a 10 unit package portfolio that I'm negotiating right now. She's going to finance it. And so we're going to hopefully get that wrapped up either before the end of the year or the first of next. But that's what we're doing. And I've created finance deals before. So I have a fourplex that I created financed. It was an amazing structure. It works out well. And I just refi out of those. I have good lending abilities. And I suggest that if you're on here, one of the biggest assets for me has been my ability to, and I don't come from the banking world, but I really enjoy understanding how all that stuff works and those leverage knobs, because as a new construction builder starting out, I would get shut down. And so they say, no, we can't do your loan. And I learned really quickly that, when I talk to Aaron, he says, no, but I may talk to another banker and they're like, oh yeah, that's no problem. And I was like, wait a minute. So it's not just me, it's what you guys want to lend on. And so I learned more about that. But creative financing is basically the third bucket that we see if it works for, and if not, then we kind of just let it go. But that's the strategies we're doing right now. And another thing that we're going to end up doing to kind of package that whole scenario up is we'll probably end up purchasing properties more. So, because I know that if it qualified for that first tier, that wholesale, that I can put it in my portfolio as a rental. I could creatively finance it to somebody else and go from there.
That's incredible. That's awesome, brother. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Austin. What have you read or listened to that just really inspired you recently?
Right now, what have I read? Oh man, I've listened to a lot of podcasts right now, so I haven't doing a lot of reading. I do focus. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's a good podcast?
I've been listening to. I listened to some of Ryan Pineda's podcasts recently with Grant Cardone. I think that was a phenomenal one. I've been diving a lot into what you're doing right now. I mean, you're putting yourself out there on social media. You're doing a lot with branding and podcasting, and I think that's huge. I think that's really, really, really big. And I think you and I are probably very similar in age, and I think that whole space has been underestimated by us. Because we also come from the transitional generation of CDs to flip phones to social media.
Great era.
And so but we also kind of have a stigma about get off your phone, you're wasting your time. And so at least I do. I shouldn't categorize you that, but a lot of times, like naturally, like put your phone down and get back to work. And now realistically, I'm like trying to break those habits, because that's your portal to the world if you're trying to build a brand and talk to other people